This is pretty ridiculous. You're gonna pay me 10 grand for a TikTok? Like, this is nuts. They do over $1 million a month in revenue. Mr. Beast knows this, Logan Paul, Jake Paul. That's a lot of people who have seen just my hair. My name's Ryan Pineda. I'm an entrepreneur who started multiple 7- and 8-figure companies. I'm also a real estate investor who's bought hundreds of properties. And it might look easy on social media, but here's the truth. What's up, man? How's it going?
I'm good. I'm just eating my breakfast right now. Wanted to hop on here and I guess pick your brain a little bit because I'm getting into the real estate business. I'm trying to diversify. I don't want to be stupid. I don't want to make the money I'm making right now and just go out and blow it.
As somebody who's built multiple companies and lots of teams, I would say the first thing before really building out a real estate team is building out your content team first, because that's kind of the backbone of everything, and like that is what's most important in your career. And so if you can figure out how to get a really good editor, you know, a really good producer, like those are like the biggest time sucks, right? I would get that business in order, and once that business is in order, at least from a time perspective, then be like, all right, you know, this is what I'm gonna do in real estate. If you want to offset all your brand deals, you're gonna have to become a real estate pro, because then it allows you to take those losses against active income, which is where the big difference is. To get the full benefits of being a real estate professional, you need somebody to qualify. And to do that, you need to basically spend 20 hours a week at real estate. And so that's what we'd work with you on at TrueBooks too, is just like making sure, you know, whether it's you or your wife, who's going to be the real estate pro? One of you needs to do it. That's going to give you a ton of write-offs, especially as you buy more real estate. You will make so much more from your own business. Like Mr. Beast knows this, Logan Paul, Jake Paul, they make way more from their businesses than they do relying on other people's businesses to pay them. I remember when I first got my brain, I was like, you're going to pay me 10 grand for a TikTok? Like, this is nuts. Like, all I have to do is talk about this for 20 seconds. And it was great, but then I soon realized, like, man, I actually make more when I make a TikTok talking about my own stuff.
We just launched the Future Flipper podcast.
DM me the word podcast.
DM me
I'll
the
send
word
you some info
podcast.
on the rules.
I'll send you some info on the podcast.
So everyone watching, you know, one of the reasons I got on YouTube and TikTok and stuff was actually Brit when we met at the Maui Mastermind. And this was actually before I even knew YouTube was like really powerful.
Yeah.
I was just thinking only Instagram. And you were like, hey, you should like really devote time and energy to growing your Instagram. I think it's really important. And then that was how I met Sion. After that mastermind, I put up a thing out on Instagram. I'm like, hey, if anyone's a videographer here in Vegas, I'm gonna start filming videos. And so I met Sion.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, we were looking at it the other day. We were trying to like calculate how many views we've got. And it's close to like 500 million. And I was just like, that's a lot of people who have seen just my hair.
You came from Wall Street. You know how it goes. Like, you don't want to dread going to work.
I know boys are into their toys, but what is this? This is a weird looking bat.
So this is actually from my buddy. His name's Trey Sykes. You would appreciate this because he bought this business for like nothing. At the time, they were doing like $1,000 a month in revenue. Today, they do over $1 million a month in revenue.
Oh,
This is
cool.
Corey Seager. He just signed for $325 million.
Corey Seager made $325 million in one contract. You were a professional baseball player.
Right.
What are you doing messing around with this real estate business? Didn't you make your $325 million?
No, I wouldn't be talking to you if I did. So I was making $1,200 a month playing baseball. The minor leaguers make nothing. And I did that for 8 years trying to make it.
I think it also goes to this idea we talked about earlier. Sexier the business up front, the least amount of money you pay. The more boring the business, the more you can actually make until you get to scale where you're as good as Corey Seager. But obviously that's not you.
No, it was not me, no.
You know, you see Gary Vee talk about things long enough where he's been pretty accurate on everything. Him yelling at the top of his lungs about NFTs, and I'm like, okay, I need to research more. And the more I researched, the more I realized that, ironically, real estate is the biggest industry that is going to be impacted by the blockchain. And the moment I understood that, I was like, I'm all in. Real estate now, today, is a multi-trillion-dollar industry. And you can imagine that as that industry shifts towards all these new innovations with the blockchain, that's going to be a multi-trillion-dollar industry, whoever capitalizes on it. And the number one question I got asked was, people were like, okay, like, I agree with you, but where do I go? How do I learn more? I'm going to create the community where you're going to go and learn. And so that's exactly what Tykes is. You know, Tykes is going to launch in mid-July. And, you know, it's an NFT collection that if you buy, you know, one NFT, you're going to get access to the community. And think of it like a real estate mastermind, any real estate mastermind that you join, right? We're going to have trainings, we're going to have courses, we're going to have events, you know, all the things that we have, you know, normally in the real world. But they're all going to be geared towards, you know, what I call digital real estate, anything to do with Web3 and real estate. You know, potential problems to solve, just for anyone listening. You're like, okay, I get it, but like, what are you even going to solve? What's the problem I don't know about? Well, one of the big issues with syndications is liquidity, right? You know, I have a fund. Anytime I have to go raise money, it's like, yeah, you know, your money's going to be in the fund for the next 3 to 5 years. But being able to trade on an open market and, you know, have your shares be, you know, tokenized is so big, and it creates this liquidity that doesn't currently exist in, you know, normal syndication. Another problem to solve is just title companies, man. Like, I don't think anyone I've ever met really likes paying title fees, like, or closing costs or anything, right? And they're so expensive for, like, really at the end of the day, what they do. Blockchain literally solves all issues for, like, all those fees. Yeah, I enjoy those quick podcasts, you know, like 30 minutes is good, you know, an hour is, you know, it's normal, but I like to be in and out, just kind of tell the story, kind of answer questions and see where the host takes me. You know, I don't really ever need a script or anything. In fact, I prefer to do everything impromptu, but, you know, I just always like to work in whatever it is I want to talk about. So in this case, Tykes, which he already knew, he wanted to learn about it. So that's good. That's the goal. All right, it's my daughter's second birthday party. First one was called Ochella, so this one's Ochella Part 2. And my wife, if you didn't know, treats every birthday like a sweet 16. So this is pretty ridiculous. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Olivia. Oh, say bye to YouTube. See ya. Make sure to subscribe and like.